Just check real quick, make sure it's not out yet. Yeah, it's not. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Crypt here. Welcome back to another video. Or if this is your first video, hello, my name's Crypt. I love the music and rap and metaphors and bars and similes and entendres and all those big words. Sorry this video is a little bit later than normal. I typically post at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time every single day, Monday through Friday. But today, the Complex video was supposed to drop the 11-minute face-off between Slim Shady and Eminem, and it just has not. And there's been no word at all from anybody today about it. Same thing happened with the Toby music video, and then that got delayed. And I've got somewhere I gotta be tonight, and I'm not trying to miss out on my schedule, and it's just all a big monkey wrench into shit. So with that being said, we gotta change of plans here. Gonna be breaking down Guilty Conscience 2. And this will probably be the last track that I do a full in-depth breakdown on from the album. Got a big playlist of all the videos tossed in. You can go check it out. But I've milked this long enough. I feel like this is the last song that really needs a true big breakdown. Now, obviously, this video is copyright claimed, as well as every single video in this Slim Shady playlist that I've made. Lots of work has gone into it. So your boy's not making money off the videos, obviously. So to counteract that, I decided I want to make a rap for you guys real quick.
Are you looking for a free way to make a couple coins? Want to get them in a fashion you actually can enjoy? Well, here's the plan, boy. Grab an Android, play a couple games and get paid. Astra is the app. Join. Discover new games, complete some tasks, and earn Astra coins in exchange for rewards. You can get some cash or gift cards to Walmart, Nike, Amazon, and many more. So what you waiting for? Christmas? Go ahead and start working on the gift list. With a massive catalog of awesome games, how can you not find one you'd like to play? And the best part is, you're getting paid 200 coins just to join today. So click the link down low or scan the QR code and get to earning coins to gain.
Yo, shout out to my good friends over at Astra for sponsoring this video. It's a very simple concept. You got an Android phone, download this bad boy and start playing games to earn Astra coins. You can then exchange those Astra coins for real life prizes like Amazon gift cards, Walmart gift cards, cash, and it is free. You just gotta play some games and you might find a game that you really enjoy. They got mid-core games, RPG shooters, puzzle games, all sorts of different types of games. And Astra doesn't just take this one-step approach, they personalize your gaming experience for you. And the more games you play with Astra, the more they realize what games you like. And did I mention you earn rewards for this stuff? Because you do. The rewards are super transparent and easy. They tell you exactly what you need to do to earn the rewards. And right now, if you scan my QR code on the screen or click my link down there in the description, you get a welcome bonus of 200 coins as well as a welcome coupon. And within the first 24 hours that you download the app, you actually get double coins on your first task. There's also daily and weekly challenges to earn extra rewards on top of the rewards that you're already getting. So there is a ton of opportunities to earn a little bit on the side. I used to do stuff like this all the time when I was back in college for some gas money. So yeah, check it out, and thank you so much to Astra for sponsoring the video. Still checking? Nope, it's not out. The promotional material for this album has been very wish-washy. But alright, let's break this bad boy down. This is Guilty Conscience 2. It comes directly after the breaking news skit and the Houdini song. Slim Shady has just pissed off the entire world and people are rioting over it, and Marshall's just sitting back like, well, alright. And that's what leads into the song here. Let's get it.
Well, we did it now.
I know, right? It's beautiful, ain't it?
Yeah, you happy now, bitch?
Yup.
Alright, you got what you wanted.
Yeah. What?
Let me go.
Stop. Never.
Why does it feel like I'm always
Never noticed that.
being tortured?
Never noticed the gun cock in between. Ha, never. So yeah, we got Marshall referencing the song they just did, Houdini, where they literally morphed into the same character. He says, we really did it now, acknowledging that they both did a bunch of stuff to piss off the world. And it was almost like him appeasing to him. It's like, okay, if I do this one last time for you, maybe you'll let me go. But no, Slim will always have a hold of Marshall no matter what. And I kind of hope that's always the case.
Why does it feel like I'm always being tortured? The bad apple spoils the whole orchard. Used to read comic books to learn more words, cause deep down I'm a dork, just the core nerd. Meaning nerd to the core, till I'm cornered. Then I'm the coroner. What shot is this? First, second?
It's your third.
Vision is more blurred, speech is more slurred. Can't even form words. It's like a dream up inside of a dream. I'm trapped in this worse than I could have imagined. It's madness. Can't wake up, try my damnedest, but old habits are coming back. And now transgenders attack us frontwards and backwards. They laugh and throw midgets at us.
Okay, so there's some buzzwords right there. The sound effects too. The ad-libs are crazy on this album. You can literally hear the sound effect of a midget being thrown and like hitting against something right there. But yeah, just a couple lines to talk about in this opening stanza here, where he says he feels like he's the bad apple spoiling the whole orchard. You hear that a lot, especially in modern day society with like police or like a group of kids. Like there's one person in the group that is just absolutely a shithead and it spoils everything for everybody in the group. And he's saying that is what Slim Shady is like to him in his rap career. Slim Shady is this bad apple in this entire 25 years of music that Marshall has made. So he's like, can you just ignore Slim and acknowledge Marshall? Like I have a huge body of work that is incredible, and him constantly worrying about that and some of the stuff that Slim Shady has said over the years is what makes him feel like he's being tortured. We have this triple homophone with core nerd, cornered, and coroner. Just really great pen skills right there. there. Eminem says he's into nerdcore, which is absolutely true. I think everybody knows at this point, but if you don't know, he started off drawing comic books, and that's what he wanted to do with his life, was be a comic book designer. I think he's even drawn Marvel stuff for Stan Lee, if I'm not mistaken. I know he's drawn a picture of like the Incredible Hulk and Captain America and stuff and gave it to somebody. It was either Stan Lee or Tupac's mom. I know he wrote a letter to Tupac's mom too, but he might have drawn something for her too. It's out there somewhere. I just can't remember who's got it. But yeah, he didn't graduate high school, so he would read these comic books to try to learn some more of the words that he uses in his everyday diction now. But then we got this line right here where he says, what shot is it? Is it my first? Is it my second? And then Slim Shady pipes in and says, it's your third. This references to Slim that is constantly drugging and feeding Marshall alcohol even though he's sober. But also I kind of feel like this is a nod towards Lose Yourself, because he says you only get one shot. But here we've got 3 shots, but shots of alcohol, 1 shot at doing this. Goes on to say he feels like he's stuck inside of a dream that is inside of another dream. It's just this never-ending parallel that he keeps trying to wake himself up, and it's just he can't. And it's so much worse than he ever could have imagined. And old habits are coming back on him. And one of the first few songs of this album is called Habits, where he talks about these habits. So a nice little correlation to this conceptual album here. And then obviously the buzzwords about transgenders laugh and throw midgets at us, where he's kind of rapping like Slim again, but he's also trying to fight it at the same time. The alcohol has definitely set in, but it's starting to wear off.
I'm trapped in this worse than I could have imagined. It's madness. Can't wake up, try my damnedest, but old habits are coming back, and now transgenders attack us frontwards and backwards. They laugh and throw midgets at us.
This ain't no dream now, huh? See what I mean now? You see how? They're trying to make me out to be some kind of mean, vile, obscene, foul prick. I kick one freestyle by beating down a special needs child, and these people freak out.
Told you we get slaughtered for saying retarded.
Oh, Marshall's getting no conscience.
Fuck
this
you.
may come as a shock. I have you astonished regardless. Here's the thing about retarded people.
What?
They don't fucking know they're retarded.
God.
Well, okay.
Okay, so we're getting into some sketchy territory here. So now we got Slim Shady rapping to Marshall right here, saying like they try to make me to be this obscene, foul prick, like this monster. I'm just poking fun. He references his Greg freestyle from the Slim Shady LP Expanded Edition, and I feel like maybe a lot of people now have kind of went back and found that freestyle, and it's way less acceptable than it used to be back in the day. And I'm sure that's a big starting point for this album, a lot of what he's been talking about. But also really like this line where he says, "Oh, Marshall's getting a conscience," because in the original Guilty Conscience, Eminem was the one like encouraging all the horrific stuff to happen to this 15-year-old girl. But now Marshall is the one being the good side of things. He's being the Dr. Dre now. I think I mentioned that in my first breakdown of the whole album.
Well, okay, you want a fat shame, bitch. 2 can play that game.
What?
You want to judge people.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, ain't you the same one who hated bullies calling you bad names?
Yep.
Then you turn around and did the exact same.
So?
Just immature and literally, you're still mentally 13 and so thirsty for some controversy. You're still picking on Christopher Reeves.
Yeah, but you're me, and we're a team, so that means we're in cahoots. That's conspiracy to commit murder. Lyrically, so clearly, you're the accessory, like jewelry. You ain't the judge of the jury, you're just as guilty.
You rip on paraplegics, man, seriously?
Oh, bitch, it's a joke.
No, it's
Okay, and there he is right there kind of confirming. He's like, I'm saying all this stuff as a joke. Like, I'm rapping about mentally ill people. I'm rapping about Christopher Reeves, like all this stuff as a joke. But then Marshall kind of flips it on his head. He's like, aren't you the one that made raps about your bully in high school? Like, you used to get beat up all the time? And you can hear Slim in the ad-libs like, yeah, so? He quite literally does not give a fuck. Says that Slim is still mentally 13. He's never matured. And that's why he says all this, like, ridiculous stuff. Because when you're 13, you're not really held too much accountable for what you've said. You don't really know better. And then Slim justifies it by saying, yeah, but you're me. So, like, you still have just as much of a hand in this as I do. Stop being up on this high hill. Like, you are me, I am you. Reminds me of that Rush Hour 3 clip. And then we got a small little random punchline thrown in, like, you're the accessory, like jewelry. Accessory to murder is a charge, but jewelry is considered accessories. And then says, you're not the judge, you're not the jury, you are a defendant. Like, you're just as guilty as I am about all this stuff. Don't just push it off on me.
paraplegics, man, seriously?
Oh, bitch, it's a joke.
No, it's not, it's embarrassing.
What?
Like David Carradine found with a pair of jeans at his ankles and belt round his larynx.
I know it's a scary scene. They're coming with everything. Little people are trolling me. They're saying they've had it
Well.
up to here with me.
Man.
Oh, hilarity.
Come on.
Nah, do your thing. Fuck.
Okay, hold on. We're about to get into the most fucked up part of the entire album. Mentioned David Carradine, and I remember when this happened. I didn't even know who David Carradine was, but it was all over the news about him being found. I think it was in a closet, and he was hung, and he had a rope around like his genitals and stuff. Some weird erotic asphyxiation that happened, which is obviously a very embarrassing way to pass away. But this is almost like an oxymoron because Marshall is like kind of being on this high horse throughout this song. Like, bro, stop talking about this, stop making fun of this. But then he makes makes fun of this person's death to show him the simile of why he is embarrassing. So it's like the pot calling the kettle black in this part of the song. And you can even hear Slim laughing in the background whenever he makes this David Harradine punchline. So it's like, oh yeah, I've still got control of him. He's still saying fucked up shit. And then we've got these other punchlines coming in where little people are trolling me. They've had it up to here with me. Trolls are obviously short creatures. Little people had it up to here with me. The height joke.
Oh, hilarity.
Come on.
Nah, do your thing. Fuck deaf people. Yeah.
Well, between me and you, I think they've had it up to here with
Guys,
me
so fucked up,
Sorry,
man.
I'm not perfect as you,
He even says
Marshall.
it. What the
Punching
fuck?
down on little people?
Yeah.
Not cool.
Whoops.
You just sound like a dick.
Wait, nah, fool.
What?
When I say fuck midgets, I mean Ja Rule.
Oh.
And I know
Okay,
that Chris
so
Reed.
we even got a little bit more of that oxymoron hypocrisy happening where he says punching down on little people not cool. Like he's still making a punchline, making fun of little people by also saying stop making fun of little people. So it's almost like Marshall is like saying that he wants to get rid of all this stuff inside of him, the Slim Shady inside of him, but he can't help himself. He's still rapping like Slim Shady with those types of punchlines. And we got a shot at Ja Rule, which I always appreciate and think is hilarious. He's made fun of Ja Rule's height and like his short arms for his entire career. So he's saying, when I say fuck midgets, I mean Ja Rule. You even hear Marshall's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's fine. But even in this deaf part, I mean, obviously he's emulating what somebody would sound like if they were deaf and can't hear themselves speak, kind of like that hair lip talk almost. But if you pay attention to the ad-libs right there, they get super spacey and echoey, and there's like all kinds of stuff happening in your ears right there to kind of go along with the deafness. Like I said, the ad-libs play a massive part throughout this entire album telling the story. A lot of the times when rappers do ad-libs, like myself, they're just like nonsensical. They don't really even make sense. They're just random sounds just to fill in beat spaces. But his are ad-libs that you have to pay attention to, and if you don't, you miss out on the story. That's just like another level of songwriting that I really appreciate.
Punching down on little people?
Yeah.
Not cool.
Whoops.
You just sound like a dick.
Wait, nah, fool.
What?
When I say fuck midgets, I mean Ja Rule.
Oh.
And I know that Chris Reed's song was recorded in 2004 for Encore.
Yeah.
Fuck you take it off for?
Cause he died.
Man, that motherfucker did that bullshit on purpose to ruin the song for us.
Man,
I never seen a bigger pussy than you.
Bitch, look at all the shit the media's putting me through.
What?
Cause of all the fuck shit that you pushed me to do.
Me?
Shoulda knew when I found you, you were just too good to be true.
I love that flow right there, too.
Quagmires, you said
Okay, we got a nice little flow switch right here too, but I love that little triplet flow that he had right there. But yeah, he talks about the Christopher Reeve song, and this like really ties in the album together a lot, because without this song, Brand New Dance just kind of feels like a what the hell moment. At least that's what it was for me whenever I was listening to this album in order. And I even said during my first time reaction that this sounded like an encore song, like a song from fucking 2004, 2005. Even his voice sounded like it, and it's because it quite literally is. But Christopher Reeves died, I believe it was like a week, maybe 2 weeks before Encore came out. I might have my timelines wrong on that, but Eminem pulled the song off the album out of respect. But then we've got Slim, who quite literally does not give a fuck, saying he died on purpose just to ruin the song, just so we couldn't put the song out. That's just some next level not give a fuckery. And then Marshall kind of finishes out by saying, like, I should have known that you were too good to be true. Like, you've made me do all this stuff, and now the media has just killed me over the years, and you've not taken any of the blame. It's all on me.
When I found you, you were just too good to be true. That's how we end up in these quagmires. You said you had my back, liar.
But I helped you get your stacks higher.
Yeah.
That's diamond sales like sapphires, rap buyers, admirers, peg lines of admirers. Now they say you lack ire. That's why your satire backfires.
Yeah.
Flat tires, no longer that guy you were prior to
Crazy
this.
rhyme schemes.
And not scare you cause
Why?
I'm who you used to be.
Who?
The you who didn't crumble under
Okay, hold
the
on, before this goes in right here, this is my favorite part of the song about to happen. But we got this like super crazy rhyme scheme with like this syllable that happens like every other word almost. But Marshall starts it off by saying that's how we end up in these quagmires. And the quagmires are just like a sticky situation, like a weird situation happening. Quagmire is also a funny character on Family Guy, and he mentioned Family Guy at another point in this album, like Look Who's Talking Dog, like Brian from Family Guy. And he even mentioned Family Guy in the Complex snippet that we saw. Said that Slim was like Family Guy or South Park. He's uncancelable. Cancelable? Hard to say that word. But yeah, Slim says, I helped you get your stacks higher. That's diamond sales like sapphires. Diamond sales is in diamond plaques in the music industry, the RIAA certified plaques. I think diamond is 10 million. I'm almost certain. Not a lot of people got diamond plaques. Said he's the one that gave him rap buyers at Myers, and Myers is a grocery store. And I think he's saying this as in like, I gave you white rap fans. Because Myers is like kind of expensive and more bougie, I guess. I only see him in bigger towns. And I know like several 50 to 60-year-old white women that shop at Myers only. So that's just my interpretation of that. But then goes on to say, now you lack ire. You lack the anger that you used to have, the passion. That's why all your little satirical jokes, they backfire. They don't land. You're on flat tires now. And you're no longer the guy that you used to be before all this stuff, which is Slim Shady. You used to be me. It's also a nice little tie together scheme right there too, because when something backfires, it's usually in a vehicle. And he goes on to say like you have flat tires now after you backfire. So cool little tie together scheme right there. But yeah, now we're about to get into this super cool layering where you hear like all the different versions of Eminem, Slim Shady, Marshall come together at once.
And not scare you cause
Why?
I'm who you used to be.
Who?
The you who didn't crumble under the scrutiny.
What?
When it was you and me.
Yeah.
Those
I
layers.
gave you power to use me as an excuse to be evil.
I know.
You created me to say everything you didn't have the balls to say.
Yep.
What you were thinking, but in a more diabolic way. You fed me pills in a bottle of alcohol a day.
Okay.
Made me too strong for you and lost control of me.
You're right.
I took over you totally. You were socially awkward till you molded me.
Yeah.
You was a loner and nobody. Cause of me, you didn't take shit from nobody. Now look at you.
What?
Now you're just a punk,
Man.
little scaredy cat.
Word.
Got to shove like
Alright.
Shakira's ass.
Listen to
Look
that,
at
and
you.
then it just kind of like slowly transitions back into just old Slim Shady. But that was like super devilish, and you can just kind of feel the anger build up in Slim Shady right there, and all these versions of Eminem just kind of pointing down on Marshall. Like, I'm who you used to be. You are not that guy anymore. You're not that guy, pal. That you created me to say all this fucked up shit that you didn't have the balls to say. You were too afraid to say him, so you created this alternate personality that you could shift all the blame on. But then people started to love him, and he didn't crumble under any scrutiny. He didn't care about people talking shit about him, the cancellation, backlash, none of that. And people loved that so much that he got so big that he was too big for Marshall to control. Talked about the drug use and the alcohol abuse, that he fed him a bottle of alcohol and pills a day, and that's what made him so much stronger. And you see that a lot of people saying they wished Eminem would go back on drugs so he would rap like he used to. So it's kind of Eminem recognizing that people think that way about him. But again, that huge swell, that buildup, that anger, the devil coming out in Slim Shady right there, and then smoldering back in. That was just the coolest part of this whole album to me. And that layering just sounds so good. There was the anger in it. It sounded like 2002 Eminem. It was just great.
Got to shove like Shakira's ass.
Yeah.
To look at your reflection staring back. Bitch, it's just a mirror, relax.
Man, you're so full of shit. You need Miralax.
A couple punchlines right there. Got the homophone with mirror, relax, and Miralax. Miralax is a colon cleanser pretty much. And when you're full of shit, you need a colon cleanser to get it out of you. Says he's got him shook to look at his own reflection, that he's so afraid of himself. It's like, it's just a reflection. Relax, bro. But shook like Shakira's ass. Hips don't lie. Shakira shakes her ass all the time. Just a couple punchlines tossed in right here.
Full of shit. You need Miralax. Open your mouth and shit flies out. Just lies. You thinking you can whip my ass. Undo these zip ties. You can just undo my feet and keep my hands tied. Cause like an avalanche, I'd still win by a landslide.
Okay, a couple more punchlines tossed in right there. Kind of continues on of him being so full of shit and needing Miralax that when he opens his mouth, shit flies out. Like, if you're that full of shit, it's backed up that much when you talk, it flies out of your mouth. That's a whole lot of shit to be stacked up all the way to the top of your gullet. But now we're about to get into this little scuffle scene right here. And then the obvious punchline about winning by a landslide, like an avalanche, because avalanche is literally land sliding. Then it's a common phrase in sports to win by a landslide means to win by a shit ton, like no competition, no comparison at all.
You can just undo my feet and keep my hands tied. Cause like an avalanche, I'd still win by a landslide.
Oh, you think so, bitch?
Yeah, I know so.
Okay, your hands and feet, I let them both go. Yeah, so
Slim didn't
now
give a
Give me
fuck.
that gun.
No, don't.
Rear naked chokehold.
Stop, let me go, yo. Here, take it, bozo.
Yeah.
Queer bait, you homo.
Ready?
Yo, don't shoot.
Here we go.
Bro, no.
Now say you're sorry. And you didn't mean any of it.
I'm sorry, Marshall's a pussy. He's Dre and Jimmy's puppet.
What?
Sorry, he gives a fuck, but pretends he doesn't.
Alright, you piece of shit. That does it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Wait.
Bitch,
Okay,
this is
so we're getting to another section here, sorry. I just love the visuals, and I really wish there was a music video for this. It would go crazy. Especially because they've used AI in the Houdini music video, and they're using it in the face-off, so they should just do it, man. So yeah, Slim lets Marshall out of the zip ties because he doesn't give a fuck. He's like, alright, let's see if you can beat me. And then immediately gets him in a rear naked chokehold. Pretty sure Eminem has studied MMA before. I know he did some boxing stuff to prepare for Southpaw, but then not ended up being in Southpaw. He knows how to defend himself. But here we got Slim still regurgitating these buzzwords, these cancellation terms, and Marshall's like, that doesn't. Give me the fucking gun, I'm shooting this motherfucker. So the gun sound effects and the gun referencing has been carried throughout the entire track as well. You hear the cocking of the gun, even though I'm pretty sure it already cocked in the beginning of the song, so it's been cocked twice now. Nobody's counting, unless you're Clint Eastwood. But even in the face of death, Marshall's like, say you're sorry, you didn't mean any of it. And Slim is like, I'm sorry that you're Dre and Jimmy's puppet, you fucking pussy! Sorry that Marshall gives a fuck but pretends that he doesn't. Like, in the face of death, Slim Shady is still this guy.
that does it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Wait.
Bitch, this is for him.
What?
Christopher MGK, Nickin' for Limp Biscuit and them. Midgets and Ben.
Man, please.
Zeno in addition to him. Will Smith in the cannabis. If you're listening, this is the end.
Okay, I'll
So to
stop.
Jamar and Ja Rule into all my feuds, including mine.
What?
I'm welcoming you to my
No.
last hurrah. I bid you goodbye.
Come on, man, don't do
Murder,
this, but-
suicide, kill shot, booyakah, cocksucker, coup de grace, motherfucker.
Okay, we're about to get into the skit right here at the end. So at this point in the album, Slim Shady has officially been killed, even though the gun just cocked for the 3rd time in the song. But yeah, Marshall says, to all my feuds, and references Christopher Reeves, Nick Cannon, MGK, Benzino, Lord Jamar, Ja Rule, I think Limp Bizkit, Will Smith, Cannabis, Midgets, his own mother, literally anybody he's had beef with, he kind of name drops them at the end right here. And I could just imagine in this video, they do a huge deep fake, and all these people he's ever had a feud with are standing behind him, and he's sitting there with his gun, and he says, coup de grace, motherfucker, and then just, bah! That would be hard as fuck. And then Will Smith just goes up and slaps him. But yeah, he ends it by saying this is a murder-suicide, because it's literally a murder by killing somebody, Slim Shady, but it's also suicide because he's killing Slim Shady, which is himself. Just a really dope way to end the song, especially with the skit coming up, and I really wish this was the last song on the album. Would have almost made it a 10 out of 10 album for me. I'm dead serious. But all right, let's get into this skit right here.
Whoa, what the fuck? Come on.
Yeah?
Paul, you're not gonna fucking believe this, bro. I had this dream, it was fucking crazy. It was like the old me came back on the new me and took over my brain and had me saying all this fucked up shit about little people, and Caitlyn Jenner and PC police were chasing me, and fucking Gen Z was trying to kill me, and quadriplegics and Christopher Reeves, and I was saying all this fucked up shit and I couldn't stop saying it, and then I'd wake up and it was like I was still dreaming.
Fuck you.
Wait.
And there it is. And then we got a laugh at the end by everybody thinks it's Slim Shady. Kind of sounded like a Marshall laugh, but I'm taking it as a Slim Shady laugh. Slim's not dead, because he woke up from this dream that he said he was in this song. This literal song, he says he feels like it's a dream inside of a dream that he's trapped in. Just a lot of mind fuckery. But he wakes up to this alarm clock, and I think this is the 3rd time that it's happened throughout this album. So he's literally referenced the dream inside of a dream inside of a dream throughout the whole thing. But you can hear in the background When I'm Gone is playing. And that's kind of letting us know that Slim Shady is gone. Like, he's gone, don't mourn about it. But also just saw an interview today, this is crazy, where Eminem was talking about When I'm Gone back in 2005, and that was the first time the death of Slim Shady was ever mentioned. He said he made this song to kind of get away from that persona and get away from being out on the road, and that the song When I'm Gone was the original death of Slim Shady. It's a 20-year-old interview that I saw today. I'll see if I can try to find that somewhere. But yeah, this should have been the end of the album right here, man. It really should have. But obviously the end of the song is him waking up realizing this dream of killing Slim Shady was a dream. So he hasn't actually killed Slim. We got the laugh at the end. That is Slim, who will always be a part of Marshall. At least we can all hope for that. But there it is. That is the Guilty Conscience 2 full breakdown. Probably my last solo breakdown, unless you guys want Antichrist. I need like 3,000 likes on this video. I need a lot. Shout out to everybody that stuck around for all these videos. You can check out the playlist on the screen right here. This is the Death of Slim Shady playlist. There's like 20 videos in it going over all the stuff on this album. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video tomorrow. Probably going to be the Complex video if it ever comes out. Then I'm also going to do a tier list video, including this at some point this week as well. But that's it. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. This is my song, If My Heart Had Wings, if you guys are interested in my music at all. Love ya.
Seems like every now and then I try to pick myself up from these lows. How can I expect to do that? I don't even feel like picking up my phone. I'm stuck somewhere between one and someone there all the time. But sometimes I don't